With a glute-specific squat or a glute bias squat, which we also refer to as a hip dominant squat, we really want to focus on getting as much hip flexion as possible and minimizing our knee flexion. And with that, it might make sense to actually only come down to about 90 degrees in that squat to get as much output from your glutes as possible. You might not need to come any lower than that or go ass to grass. Again, it's dependent on what your primary goal is. Versus if your goal is to get as much output from your quads with your squat, then you actually might want to come down a little bit more. And this would be focusing more on that knee flexion or a knee dominant squat. And that just means focusing more on the knee bend. So pushing your knees over your toes, which is a little bit controversial. But if your goal is quads, then you actually want to focus on closing that gap between your calves and your hamstrings. So that's going to be knee flexion. That's going to allow you to get as much output from your quads as possible.